Welcome to the Rotundo Production Channel. Today, we are going to talk about the ancient history of the land, now called the state of Georgia, going back almost 12,000 years ago. If you like learning ancient history and want to show it, please hit that like button to support our team. Thank you. We will cover everything we know from the earliest people that inhabited this area to the colonial times, when it became part of the United States and how it changed therein. So let's go ahead and get started. The oldest evidence of human habitation in what is now Georgia was found in 1997 at the Vernon site in Bacon County. Dating back 12,000 years, the Paleo-Indian culture inhabited this region during this time. They were nomadic hunters and gatherers, traveled throughout the area and followed the herds of animals they hunted. They didn't stay in one place for very long. They would move around. But this does predate the Archaic period by quite some time. The Archaic period lasted from around 8000 BC until about 1000 BC. During this time, people began to settle down and cultivate crops. They also began to fish and gather more resources from the land, rather than just hunting wild game. They would trap and fish along the Savannah River, which was the main source of food. The climate was much warmer during this time period, allowing for more plant and animal life to thrive. And this abundance of resources made it possible for humans to settle down and create permanent homes. During the Woodland period, which lasted from about 1000 BC to 1000 AD, Native Americans developed advanced technologies such as pottery and arrowheads. They also began to build larger structures, including burial mounds, which are still visible today. Some of the most notable mounds include the Etowah Mounds in northwest Georgia, which consist of 4 mounds that served as a ceremonial and political center for the Mississippian culture. These mounds are among the largest in the southeastern United States. Other large mounds can be found at the Ocmulgee Earth Lodge near Macon and the Ocmulgee Park near Anderson. Burial practices during the Woodland period were quite elaborate, with bodies often being buried with valuable items such as jewelry and weapons. This suggests that the people of this time had a strong belief in an afterlife. They believed that the journey to the afterlife was dangerous, and the dead needed supplies for their journey. They also believed that the afterlife was a continuation of life on earth, and the dead would need their possessions to sustain them. During the Mississippian period, which lasted from about 800 AD to 1600 AD, Native American societies became more complex and began to develop advanced social and political structures. The Mississippian culture flourished in the lower Mississippi River Valley and extended into what is now Georgia. They built large settlements with permanent houses and complex systems of roads and trade networks. The Mississippian culture reached its peak in the 12th century, with the city of Cahokia, near present-day St. Louis, which was one of the largest cities in the world at the time. But around 1350, the Mississippian culture began to decline for reasons that are not fully understood. Some theories suggest that overpopulation, warfare, or environmental changes may have contributed to the decline. However, recent research indicates that the Mississippian culture did not disappear entirely, but rather integrated with other Native American cultures in the region. After the Mississippian period, several Native American tribes inhabited the area that is now Georgia. The earliest of these tribes were the huge text circled, tiny one, huge text circled, tiny 2, and huge text circled, tiny 3, which were small agricultural societies that lived in the southern part of the state. The huge text circled, tiny for huge text circled, tiny 5 tribe lived in the mountainous region of North Georgia. They were a more nomadic tribe that relied on hunting and gathering rather than agriculture. In the 16th century, the Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto arrived in North America and became the first European to explore what is now Georgia. He explored the area from 1539 to 1543, and his journey took him through much of the southeastern United States, including parts of present-day Georgia. However, the Spanish did not establish any settlements in Georgia during this time period. They were primarily interested in exploring and exploiting the natural resources of the area. particularly gold and other precious metals. The Spanish also encountered several Native American tribes during their exploration of Georgia, including the huge text-circled Tiny 6 and the huge text-circled Tiny 7. Spanish Friar de las Casas chronicled the interactions between the Spanish explorers and the Native Americans in his book, The Tears of the Indians. He described the Native Americans as peaceful and friendly people, who were skilled in agriculture and had a deep connection to the land. However, despite the generally peaceful interactions, there were instances of violence and conflict between the two groups. For example, the Spanish explorer Francisco de Coronado encountered resistance from the tribe that resides in present-day Oklahoma while searching for gold and other riches. In the 17th century, the French and English began to compete for control of the southeastern United States, and Georgia became an important part of this struggle. The French established a trading post at the mouth of the Savannah River in 1670. But it was destroyed by the English in 1696. The English then established a colony in the area in 1704, which later became the province of Georgia. The colony was originally intended as a buffer between the English colonies of South Carolina and the Spanish colony of Florida. But it soon became a destination for settlers seeking new opportunities. During the colonial period, slavery became an important part of the economy in Georgia. The colony's first governor, James Oglethorpe, initially prohibited slavery, but this ban was lifted in 1719, leading to a surge in the importation of enslaved Africans. By the mid-18th century, slavery was widespread in Georgia, and the colony had become one of the largest producers of cash crops, such as rice and indigo, in the British Empire. As the colonial period came to a close, tensions between the American colonies and the British Empire grew. In 1776, the American Revolution began, and Georgia played a significant role in the conflict. The war was fought primarily in the southern colonies, and Georgia's capital city of Savannah was captured by the British in 1779. However, the following year, the city was recaptured by American forces and remained in American hands for the remainder of the war. In 1783, the Treaty of Paris was signed, ending the American Revolution and recognizing the independence of the United States of America. Georgia became one of the original 13 colonies, and the state of Georgia was officially admitted to the Union on January 2, 1788. That's the history of Georgia from ancient times to the present day. If you liked the video, please remember to hit the thumbs up button below to let me know that you approve. If you want to see more videos from us in the future, remember to subscribe and let me know what state you'd like me to research using AI. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and may history enlighten us all.